Good afternoon, everyone. Um, so, my name is Jignesh. I'm a faculty member at the National Institute of Design, where I run the postgraduate program in new media design. Um, a lot of people ask me what new media is. Very, very broadly, in the context of the program that I run, new media refers to the design of technology. However, today, what I'm going to talk about is slightly different. For this audience, in this context, I would suggest that the way to understand new media is that it is the application of technology. Yeah. So once you conceive of technology and you deploy it, the larger question is that how do you apply it? What is appropriate? What is the context within which you can apply this technology? And how does it make sense? But that's something I'm not really going to touch upon today. What I'm going to do is something tangential, and I'm going to talk about something that we are good at, which we do at NID, and particularly practice in this program, which is designing and constructing experiences of a certain kind. So what I'm going to do is to take you through 5 projects that we have done over the last 6 or 7 years. These projects are interactive installations or new media installations that have been done as client projects by NID. A couple of them are student projects, and one is an academic project. One project is actually still under construction. It's work in progress. And I think these projects will give you a fair amount of idea of what this field is and how it can be used successfully within the events or museums or exhibition space. So what I've done is I've kind of I was thinking about the presentation, and I was thinking that it would make sense to talk about certain keywords or highlight certain keywords that you can think about when you're thinking about new media in your events in the future. So the first thing is that new media allows you or has tremendous scope for interaction. Yeah? In other words, it is a two-way process and it allows for participation. Now the first project I'm going to show is something we did many, many years ago. This was in 2010, and this was the India International Jewelry Show. This was a trade show which was held in Panjim in Goa at the Kala Academy. And the Gem and Jewelry Export Promotion Council, which is under the Ministry of Commerce, had approached NID to design a series of 6 or so interactive installations on site. And so we did, this was one of them. We did some playful branding of the IIJS logo. We actually designed and built a couple of installations around generative art. This was one. This was another one that was based on the theme of the architecture of Goa. We did one installation which kind of mimicked or talked about the aquatic life of Goa. We did another installation which was sound-based, which was deployed on the jetty on site, and we also did an installation, a sculptural installation, in the grounds of the venue, as well as a multi-touch bar table, which was installed in the cafeteria. So I'm going to show you the first 3 of these, and what you can deduce what actually happened. So this was an interactive pond which was in the middle of a corridor that was connecting halls, and which people could interact with as they passed through these spaces. So these were very simple interactions, but a lot of people found them very amusing. They wanted to play with the fish, with these tadpoles. And we found that quite interesting. Um, this was another installation which was exploring, this was a work of generative art, which is using a simple sensor, but that basically played with the logo. And the third one from the series I want to show you, which was also a work of generative art, a painting, a dynamic painting that users would create based on motion as they passed by. So throughout, the 3 or 4 days of this exhibition, we found that a lot of people would, in their own time, come and spend time in front of these installations and play with them, try and understand what was happening and, interact with the exhibitions. The other thing that new media allows you to do is that it can create an element of surprise or curiosity, which is also very important from a point of view of engagement. How do you do that? This was something that we did last year. NID was one of the joint partners for the Story of Light Festival, which was again held in Goa. And the students came up with this idea of building a series of interactive light pipes. And the idea was very simple, that we would have these pipes that are pretty tall as we can build them, that would be suspended from trees on the promenade along the banks of the river Mandovi in Panjim. And, they would light up. But the simple interaction that was designed for this installation was that when you touch them, they would change color. So we found people coming up to these light pipes, and then becoming curious about what they were, touching them, and that's when the color change happens, and that's the element of surprise. And a lot of people, it's very, very simple, but it managed to attract a lot of people, and they would come and play with these. So we had, a lot of children as well who would come, who would walk past these pipes, then who would turn back again, trying to figure out what it is, what's this thing that's hanging in the air, come up to it and try and touch it. It had that feel, that would make you come up to it and look at it and interact with it. And there were people that were trying to see, how does it work, how is it suspended, how is it hanging so high from these trees and so on. And there were people that kept on interacting with it, and it was a very visual and tactile kind of experience. You touch it, the color changes, and the color reproduction was also very good. So I'm going to show you, I don't really have a very long video for this, but I think you'll get the idea of what we are trying to do. So these are the moments that you perhaps want to look for. You want people to be curious about what is going on. You want to draw them into your exhibition, into your spaces. You want to attract them towards your product, towards your services, or whatever it is that you're offering. And I think that's something very important. That also brings me to another point, which is that exhibition design, new media design is a lot about storytelling. And it is a lot about content and the delivery of content. And that's something that is also very difficult to do, but it's something that is extremely important. Often in the, in the process of building something, I think this is a very important aspect that gets left behind. So This was an academic project that one of my students did. This was a very interesting project that combined two kinds of, I would say, media that are poles apart in time. A very, in quotes, old media, which is pop-up books, and projection mapping as a technique, which is relatively new. And her content, or her theme was based around architecture. She wanted to talk about the iconic buildings of our times. And she built something very simple but very beautiful. So this was a flip book, a pop-up book that was like a flip book. And as soon as you open it, the installation starts, the content starts playing. And using projection mapping as a technique, you start talking about, the building at hand. In this case, for example, the Taj Mahal. So building the story also requires you to understand the content, to figure out what is it that you want to communicate. So the design of the message itself is a pretty big exercise, but a very significant one. How do you design the message? What do you want to communicate? How do you want your message to be structured? In what form do you want to deliver the message? And so on. So you could very well imagine this in a gallery, in a museum, or even in an exhibition, and can be tailored specific to a product or a service. Also, the other half of this video is about its technology and construction. You have to realize and understand that technology can be fragile, and that you have to invest enough time, energy, and money into the project to make things like these happen. But once you do it, the experiences can be quite novel and engaging and very interesting. All of this requires electronics, hardware, software, etc. that is actually off the shelf. None of this is stuff that rarely do you need to import stuff. But it needs to be done well and needs to be done thoughtfully. When you are delivering or constructing the story, or thinking about the installation and its form, another thing that you often have to do or have to force yourself to do, is also to think about metaphors. In what form and how do you want to tell the story? So one of the projects that NID is currently doing is for the Ramakrishna Mission in Khetri in Rajasthan. And the Ramakrishna Mission is building a museum, is converting this building into a museum for Swami Vivekananda. And this particular museum, hosts two very specific interactive installations which we are building. And they've taken on an interesting form in terms of, how to tell the story or communicate the message of his life. So, this designer student who's working on this has called it the wisdom well, and you'll see why. literally and metaphorically taken on the form of a well, where as you draw water from the well, the stories begin to emerge from the depths of this well. And these stories are about the life of Swami Vivekananda. In this case, for example, the first chapter of this is based around his speech at the World Parliament of Religions. The speech that actually made him very famous. So there are interesting ways in which you can construct your artifacts. You want to design encounters with technology in ways that are engaging, in ways that are immersive, in ways that are novel, in ways in which people have perhaps not encountered them before. And you still want to communicate your story. You still want to talk about whatever it is you want to communicate, and that's something that, new media allows you to do, The last project that I want to talk about, is structured around the themes of multisensory. So a lot of these were visual. The last project that I'm going to show you is based around sound. And the other keyword that I think is important in this profession is that your experiences need to delight. They need to perhaps make someone feel happy. You need to make them memorable. This was a student of mine who worked with a company called Sapient Nitro, who was designing an experience to launch Absolute in India. So the name of the installation was Absolute India, and this was the installation at the India Art Fair in 2011. And the actual artifact or installation is very simple. It's a bottle that contains the sounds of India, unique sounds of India. How do you introduce the country to an outsider, And sound and smell, for example, are a very, very powerful medium. So I started the talk by saying that what I'm going to talk about today or emphasize is really the design and construction of experiences. And I would like to close with that as well. Nearly 20 years ago, there was an interesting article in the Harvard Business Review by the authors Pine and Gilmore. And this article is a very well-known one where they said, welcome to the experience economy. And the basic thesis was that, we have moved from an agrarian to an industrial to a knowledge or service economy and now into an experience one. And this was almost 20 years ago. And they said that as goods and commodities become commoditized, customer experiences that companies will create will matter most. In other words, it's not really the product or service, that is not solely where your focus should lie, but the end-to-end experience of this product or service. And why should that matter? It matters because it is very difficult today and very significant to catch people's attention. There are new terms such as the attention economy, which you may have heard. Engaging people is actually very difficult, to get someone, to make sure that someone does not walk past your exhibit, but actually enters your exhibit or even stops by and thinks about, what you have on offer is an achievement. You have to make experiences personal, you have to make them memorable. I think these are the thoughts that I would probably leave you with. Thank you.
Dr. Jignesh, it's not again a question, it's just a statement. We wanted to introduce to the audience, the exhibition designers, the practitioners of exhibition, what new media is about and what it signifies. I think you have splendidly done that, and I think if anybody has got a question, they should ask right now. Any questions?
Hi, Doc. This is Maninder Singh Malhotra from Hyderabad, into events and exhibitions. As we were talking about the first session, I don't know if you're there in the morning, we were discussing that the points should be put across to NID so that we can also get our requirements in the industry, events and exhibition industry, to be rightly implicated, and then you start working on it, and then we have a course which is dedicated, or ideas which can be, connected back to the industry.
Sure.
So things like those have started already, or are they on the process? Have you been experienced something like this for the industry, from the events and exhibition industry to NID and vice versa?
I would say, the last big event show we did was IAGS. We did something, at the recent Make in India event, although we were not directly involved in designing or setting that up. But I would say that recently NID has entered the exhibition and museum space again. So NID has had a tradition, a long history of actually doing very large consultancy projects when it was set up in the 60s. Around the 90s or 2000, that is slightly waned, but we've picked that up again. But specifically with respect to trade shows, I would admit, that we are yet to pick up that pace. But if there are any specific comments, feedback you have, please send them across.
I guess as an industry, we can look into that. Mr. Bino can look into that, so that, from an industry perspective, we can have some sessions with NID, so that we can take it up as a future thing for youngsters to look into.
Yeah, sure.
So, the idea is that I myself, as an NID, wanted to join in, but then it doesn't fit in my requirements, so I guess I'll have to hire someone for that.
Okay.
So I gave you the opportunity to at least listen to NID lecture today.
Yeah,
One
sure.
question: how do I get your student? How do we get your students actually get interest in working with exhibitions? I have come to your institute twice. I have tried to recruit. We completely failed. So there is some disconnect, or the students in NID does not know the prospects in exhibition and event industry. So we would like to interact with you in some way to make them show, what this business means. I do hope that NID and our association can coordinate to do something together to make the students aware that this industry exists. Even you are teaching exhibitions there. There's a course called
Exhibition Design.
But again, my experience was, I was disappointed that I could not get anybody from NID. We came twice, 2 years I came there, and I think I got a lot of videos from you also in the past, some of which you showed here, I got it in the past. But there is a disconnect, and I would like to bridge that disconnect somewhere by this industry and academia, some kind of a cooperation. I hope that you will pass on to Mr. Pradyumna Vyas, and we'll get an opportunity to do that.
Sure, will do.